Perhaps for more on Women's Day celebrations in Tzaneen, we're going to be crossing to Lutendo Bobodi. Lutendo, good morning once again. What's happening on your end as we speak?
Thank you so much. Members of the public are now trickling in. I saw some dance groups here, Vatsonga, Bavenda, Bapedi coming through, and I said we're going to have a lot of fun here today. But of course, as I said, they're just now still trickling in, and it seems they'll be coming through in the next minutes. But for now, I'm joined here by Minister of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, Minister Chikunga, who joins me to just talk about this particular event. Minister, thank you so much. Docked out in a beautiful dress. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, GBV. This province, the rates are alarming. Can we talk about that? What can we do?
Let me start by greeting your viewers, but also to wish all South African women a happy, a safe, a prosperous and a blessed Women's Day on the 9th of August 2025. We are here at Tzaneen Kowankowa Stadium to again celebrate this day, which is important for women, but to also take time to reflect on the journey that we have traveled as women from 1956 to where we are today, 69 years later, and to look at what we have achieved as women, where there are gaps, and what should be the way forward in order for women to achieve exactly what those women in 1969 marched for to union building. Amongst the things that they were marching for was dignity, was human right, was safety for women. And therefore, you've actually referred to gender-based violence and femicide. It is one of the things that those women were fighting against, because at the time, if you look at what was happening, women, even if they were marching, but they were recognized or they were regarded as minors. And therefore, whether there was gender-based violence or not, they would not be able to report it anywhere, because they were treated like children, in fact, not even children, but people who have no right at all. Now today, we do have rights as women. However, we are still experiencing the legacy of that what the women in 1956 marched for. And in this province, as you will know, it's not only gender-based violence, but it's also about racism. You will remember the two women that were killed and thrown into pigsty. And these are the things that we fight against, and these are the things that we are dealing with. The issue of gender-based violence is so common in South Africa. Common because the partners, because the statistics, in fact, the research is actually saying 60% of women who are killed, they are killed by their intimate partners. And therefore, what it means is that it is a man who a woman will have had a relationship with or have a relationship with, who then decide to kill this woman. It will not just be the murder of the woman that will have happened. There will have been a lot of abuse, including sexual abuse, including physical abuse, including emotional abuse, sometimes financial abuse, that will end up being femicide or end up with a woman being killed. And we are saying to men in South Africa, it cannot be. Yeah. It should be stopped. And it is men that must decide to stop gender-based violence. So that when we speak about femicide, for instance, we're talking about the crime related with probably somebody, a criminal out there. But for now, we're not talking about that. So indeed, it's something that we are dealing with. Minister Kubai yesterday had an event here that was actually talking about gender-based violence. They gave report as JCPS cluster on the measures that they have taken to ensure that they reduce gender-based violence and femicide. What is important for us is to prevent it from happening. And if it has to be prevented, then all of us as South Africans will have to rally against that. It will call for government to lead, indeed we agree, but it will call for civil society, it will call for traditional leaders, for religious leaders to join us as we fight this scourge that can actually be prevented. But indeed today it's a day where we are celebrating, where we are happy, where we are looking back on those broad shoulders of women that we stand on
Thank you so much, Minister, for your time. Thank you so much, Minister, talking about gender-based violence and femicide here in Limpopo. But as I said, the rates are astronomical.